to build as city centers across the globe.
You're speaking English, yet the text is in Elder. Why have several news stations when you control the whole planet if they're all just going to talk the same language? Also, discount Morgan Freeman.
12 new gene therapy clinics will be opening.
Those are terrible, inefficient uniforms for doctors. Does no one have a problem with the speaker obviously being a thin man? I mean, they're public knowledge. He clearly has the dotted skin, even going so far as to mimic their glasses. Why are people okay with him but not hybrid troopers?
Peacekeeping forces.
Calls them peacekeepers but broadcasts their execution line. Genius.
Prep gate crasher. 60 seconds.
Jesus, Bradford, have you smoked 12 packs a day for the last 20 years? Last time I saw you, you sounded like this.
Close range.
You can't make a gun like Bradford's.
She's calling reinforcements.
She? That's clearly a man. Okay, now see, this was revealed way too early. It kind of defeats the whole "we were fighting ourselves the whole time" thing, especially since their blood isn't even red. I'm sure in the last 20 years, someone has killed an Advent Trooper.
We've all heard rumors. I just never believed it was true.
Shen's delivery of this line.
Remarkable. Just like 20 years ago. We were still calling it a war back then.
Whoa, 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 hold on. Okay, so that scene is from the end of Enemy Unknown, but the very next cutscene shows us that we didn't make it that far. The fuck? Civilians from 2015 are wearing clothes from 2035. They bothered to touch up the old Thin Man model, yet they used the wrong Muton model in the next scene. If the 90s games are anything to go by, this is wrong. Thin Men are way taller than that. XCOM Commandment number 1, thou shalt not name thy lame characters such as a Saru.
We'd need an army to march in there right now.
Nah, I could handle it. Troopers still have 3 HP at this point. 1 grenade would do it. The trooper doesn't see her run past him, but somehow sees her run behind him. She didn't make a sound, so what gives? I'm sorry, Dragonova, you may be cool, but there's no way you made it into that vent that fast.
With the accelerated timeline you placed upon us, mistakes are bound to happen.
It wasn't our fault.
Again, if these two can understand each other, why don't they just use the same language? And why do these guys get lab coats, but the gene therapists have to wear stupid sci-fi clothing?
You must understand, I had no choice. Outrider.
She stops before Bradford calls her name.
Outrider to Avenger, I have visual confirmation.
Are you sure?
Reapers are always sure.
Well, that's a stupid line.
I'll take your word for it. Cover your tracks and get the hell out of there. They can't know we were here. Yet.
Understood. Now the real war begins.
Really? Releasing me from stasis doesn't trigger an alarm or anything? Seriously? I'm the Ethereal's most prized possession. Without me, their whole plan falls apart. And they didn't even install a home security system. Pathetic. Even if you say no to making a poster, it generates one anyway. This hairstyle. Actually, you know what? Throw in all of the Anarchy's children's stuff as well. I'm just gonna count 30 sins.
Impressive, isn't it? Capable of generating immense power, yet completely harmless to human life.
Well, ain't that fucking convenient. Also, if we cured practically everything at this point, why do people still need glasses? You can't tell me that only the rich can afford the therapies, since Tygan was upper class.
But we found something while removing you from the alien stasis suit. A device implanted directly in your occipital lobe.
You know what could have easily ended the game right here? If the Ethereals were smart enough to put a tracking device in that chip. Ethereals confirmed for garbage tier.
I am but one man. Were you to direct additional support personnel and resources to me, I could substantially improve the speed of all our research.
Recruiting scientists doesn't make any difference in research time, nor does building labs.
You are probably expecting to see my father. In all that's happened, I'm guessing Central didn't tell you yet. He's gone.
Okay, so I wanted to remove a sin for the great writing and delivery here, but I also wanted to add a sin because something doesn't add up. Shen was like 100 in Enemy Unknown, and Lily's around 25. That's some weird shit.
I know he would have loved to show you around the place himself. He used to talk about you a lot.
Wait, he used to casually talk about classified intel at the dinner table? God damn it, Shen, you're the reason why we lost. I don't know, man. Something about Lily's model's creeping me out. Her neck looks way too long. I'm not the only one who sees this, right?
There's room for us to expand our facilities on board the Avenger. But
but we'll need more engineers to clear out space for construction first.
I'm aware that we're low on manpower, but you guys couldn't have cleaned up the Avenger by now? I mean, I've been gone for years, man. One engineer can clear the room in a few weeks.
Commander, I'm going to need more help on the engineering team before I can start clearing out some of these other rooms.
You literally just said that.
Just like it sounds, our sharpshooters engage enemy targets with pinpoint accuracy from extreme range.
Bullshit, snipers are terrible.
They're also trained in pistol marksmanship for the occasional close encounter.
Too bad even tier 3 pistols are terrible and will only do 2 damage to unarmored targets. Seriously, whose fucking idea was this? And why did they get rid of the perk that reduces the action cost of firing to 1? Now snipers are completely worthless.
The council you once knew is no more. Its membership have all sworn loyalty to the Advent administration.
Then why do you still look like you were filming on the original location? What, do you bring those lamps in from home?
We suspect they have been taken to a nearby Advent black site, though its exact location remains unknown.
But you literally just zoomed in on it from a map. And how did you get the picture if you don't know where it is?
Commander, we have a lead on the alien black site, but we'll have to rely on the local resistance to actually get us into the facility.
I thought we didn't know where it was.
Though its exact location remains unknown.
You? Take their side? After all we've seen these years?
Cool war stories that you'll never get to hear. Also, Bradford's hipster haircut. In fact, I'm gonna give that 2 sins, since he's a 50-year-old man and should know better.
Head's one of 3 resistance groups operating independently from us that we consider a legitimate threat to Advent. Together, they'd make one hell of a fighting force. Too bad they hate each other.
Why? They never explain that beyond skirmishes or Advent. Okay, but why do Templars hate Reapers? Details, man, they are important. How do we have footage of this from this angle?
Trust doesn't come easy between these two, so we're heading for a nice quiet spot on neutral ground.
Quiet? With zombies everywhere? Yeah, okay.
Intel on this area is weak, and we're picking up strange chatter on comms.
You mean Advent? You should recognize the chatter, Bradford. Wait, the map in the cutscene said we were going to South America. That's not how you hold a minigun. No wonder we lost.
Hello, чики-брики в дамке!
I just want to point out how many things are called Reaper in XCOM. There's the faction, there's this helmet from Enemy Unknown, there's the assault perk. Get some more writers, guys. And no, I refuse to call them Rangers. That makes me think of long range.
Damaged and dormant all these years, these devices still emit trace elements of unstable radiation. I cannot fathom what they were like in their original function.
We were there, Doctor. You're better off having missed it.
Don't listen to him, Tygan. They were harmless.
These creatures' DNA has mutated well beyond what we would classify as human. Perhaps the result of long-term exposure to the alien radiation from those pods. So why anyone would subject themselves to that?
If you don't reload here, your clips carry over to the 3rd act. This doesn't immediately cause a tank on her back to explode.
Why anyone would subject themselves to that?
Why does Mox have demon claws again? The purifier doesn't react until after he twists the blades.
They were sent here to hunt, to purge the drop.
If Mox already has a skulljack, why do we need to build our own? Since when do Advent troopers look like this? I thought they looked like this. Also, I'm not going to get another chance to mention this, so I'll mention it now. Why do skirmishers wear white? Derp derp derp, bad guys wear black, good guys wear white. But the skirmishers were bad guys. They came with that armor, and no one else wears anything like it except for the shield bearers, which they're clearly not.
Surprises are the least of our worries today. It is these Reapers of yours that are of true concern.
Why? What have the Reapers done outside of retaliation during the war? I mean, no one trusts skirmishers because you guys are Advent, but you can't just compare them to yourself, Mox.
We retain all that we were and more.
See, this part makes no sense. Are they turned into hybrids, or are they lab-grown clones?
The Advent troopers at the facility we discovered, including the specimen before you, were manufactured.
In close combat, none can stand opposed to us.
Except for, you know, an assault who does your job way better than you. Who's putting up our posters in abandoned cities?
These lofts seem to be pretty sensitive to noise. The sounds of combat are likely to draw even more of them.
Mox literally just said that. Shut the hell up.
The sounds of combat excite them. They are drawn to it.
Taking off that helmet does not change what you are. Reapers have long memories. Elder Cruxard.
Bradford just told you to play nice. She doesn't have a sheath. What's holding the sword in place?
My people face another like her. They are the undying. Advent's curse upon us.
Why do you talk about the Lost as if Mox doesn't know what they are?
We must combine strength if we are to have any chance of success.
Oh, now you want to play nice because it's convenient for you. Fuck you, Dragonova. The assassin is easily 8 feet tall and that shotgun is huge, but when we obtain it, it's human-sized.
Where will you possibly run that I cannot find you?
You're the one running away!
Yeah.
This isn't a sin, but I found it really funny.
How many of these creatures can still be in this city?
Advent has been sending purifiers squads into these cities for years, yet somehow the Lost survive, even thrive. We do not know why.
The game never explains this.
No, I do not intend to die this day. I will follow.
I mean, that horde doesn't look too bad. You don't need to stay behind. There's no way you landed that shot from that angle. You would have hit Mox.
Time to return home, traitor.
Dragonova had the perfect opportunity to shoot the assassin here, but didn't.
Our water purification
Massive signal coming from the Advent network tower.
You really think I wouldn't notice that guy as the Advent speaker?
As I speak to you today,
You've got incoming on approach.
Your signal's breaking up.
outlying territories to end this scourge once and for all.
They're right on top of you.
Losing you, Avenger.
Raise them again.
There's no way you didn't hear Bradford. How were their faceless already at the location?
No signs of radioactivity, no significant energy signatures of any kind. Whatever it is, it's safe to handle.
There's no way that's not irradiated. How the hell does that work? Trench coats don't properly work in the photo booth.
Miscreants, restrain yourselves, lest you be restrained.
Of all our creations, you are truly blessed.
Except for your teeth.
Our greatest asset has been lost, stolen from us, while our strongest did nothing.
Addressing a plot hole but not solving it doesn't make it any less of a sin. It just shows me that you guys are lazy.
Perhaps you all may be redeemed.
First they say they can all be redeemed, but then later imply that only one will be redeemed.
To the one who succeeds our everlasting favor. To the others.
This scene is from the end of the game when you kill the ethereals.
You are the chosen. Do not fail us. Now go.
I, Dr. Claw, will ruin Christmas myself.
Commander.
The aliens continue to make progress on the Avatar project.
I'm sending you a new sequence now.
These are coordinates. Return coordinates. Think we've got a point of origin.
Those aren't coordinates, it's clearly gibberish.
Emergency power online.
Why is the alien ship programmed to speak English? Don't tell me XCOM reprogrammed it, since it sounds like the Advent newscaster.
The information I've uncovered so far.
Where the fuck did Tygan get an ethereal?
Genetic sequences in near infinite combinations.
There must be thousands of them.
The process did work. There was an instant where the device was in between locations. However, once that occurred, the gateway called for a second signature, an organic signature. When we could not provide one, it generated a sort of feedback pulse. If the codex creates the door, this organic signature must surely be the key.
Bullshit, robots go through the portals all the time.
They are so near. They are everywhere. They come for me.
What the fuck just happened? The Avatar Prime wears white in cutscenes, but wears black in game. We see the speaker get trampled here, yet he talks to you in the final mission as if this didn't happen.
While the aliens struggle to contain our world, we're gonna make a move on theirs.
Why is everyone using Tier 1 guns? Discount Dragon Ball.
To all of have you in the occupied zone.
Wait, this isn't Dead Mother. This trooper's face didn't move. The Advent guns have an anti-theft failsafe. You really shouldn't be using that. That's not what the captains look like. See?
We won but a battle. Now the real war begins.
Now the real war begins.